Hello, you guys. Good evening. For me, it's evening. I had a long day. Got home, crunch time before I leave for vacation, and I just wanted to finish up with a little bit more balancing for my face. I've been working on balancing out and sculpting my face. I've been doing it through microcurrent. I've been doing it through microneedling. And I've also been doing it with filler. So I am going to use a syringe of filler tonight and work on a little bit more of balancing with my face. So places that I have filler is I've got filler in my lips. I've got filler both on back corners of my jaw back here. I have filler through my jawline here. I also have filler in my chin, and I have filler throughout my cheeks down to my mid cherry of my cheek spot here and here. Okay. I've done that over time. Oh, and my lips. Did I say my lips? I have filler in my lips. I started my journey first with my lips. Couldn't even tell you at this point how many syringes I have in my lips. One syringe equals out to be the size of a blueberry, believe it or not. It is 1 ml. And that is not very much. It looks like a lot when it's in the syringe. I have people all the time, they're like, I don't know if I'll have enough room for one syringe. I'm telling you, everybody's got room for one syringe somewhere in their face. And you hate to waste it, but if you're not comfortable with it, of course you don't have to. It looks like a lot. It sounds like a lot. It's the size of a blueberry, and we're not just talking like a round blueberry. We're talking a blueberry that's smashed and spread out. Okay, so don't be scared of one syringe. Most people actually need more than one syringe. So when I say I have several syringes, lots of syringes in my lips, it's been over time. I started my journey just like a syringe every few months until I got my lips to where I wanted them to be. And then I kind of took a pause, waited, and what happens is it is a foreign substance. While your body does make hyaluronic acid, which is what filler is a thicker viscosity of hyaluronic acid. Your body makes it, so your body recognizes it. Your body's still going to try to metabolize it. It will eventually metabolize it slower once it becomes used to it being in there. But in the beginning, you can eat up filler rather quickly because your body's just not used to it being in there. Now, you do not metabolize it as quickly as you do Botox. If you're lucky, you'll get a few months out of Botox. Botox is botulism, and it is a very foreign substance to our body. Our body has no idea what it is. It doesn't make it, doesn't recognize it. So therefore it says, oh, I want to try to get rid of this. Also, your muscles are constantly working against the Botox too. So a lot of people find that the longer that they've done Botox, the more frequently they have to do it too. Luckily, we've got lots of different brands of Botox now. And eventually, if you experiment enough, you sometimes can find ones that do just last a little bit longer for you. And if you have a good injector, they'll walk you through that process as well. Now with filler, like I said, is hyaluronic acid, which our body makes and our body recognizes. And so it lasts a lot longer. Eventually it will go away and your body will get rid of it, but it takes a really long time. Depending on the kind of filler and the thickness of the filler or the viscosity of the filler, filler can last anywhere from a few months up to a couple years. I use on myself now a filler that's a thicker volume filler, and so I don't usually have to, it's in there for a while now. And my body's also very used to filler now. So in the back parts of my cheeks here, my jaw here, the reason that I did that was to try to give myself a little bit more of a sculpted jaw, also to pull back some lax skin that I had from weight loss. And then I put it through my jaw right here because I was uneven from weight loss. I had lost more weight on one side of my face than the other, so I was trying to do some facial contouring and balancing, which worked really well. Now you want to be careful in those areas because it can migrate, and we don't want to deal with migration. If you do get migration, you do unfortunately have to dissolve it, and dissolving it is expensive and painful. So again, make sure you're seeing somebody that knows what they're doing. Don't overfill, always slow and steady to the finish line with that. I did put it in my chin because I wanted a little bit more of an aesthetically pleasing chin. For me, my chin was a little bit recessed and I wanted it to line up more from the side profile with my lips and my nose. So I put some in there, and then I also balanced it out because one side of my chin was a little bit more divoted in and uneven than the other side of the chin. And then through the cheeks, I've done the upper cheeks, through the mid cheek, through the apples of the cheekbone area. I have not done any filler in any of my upper face. I've been really blessed, and I think that's honestly, you guys, because of the constant microneedling that I've done for years to my face, and the serums and peptides that I use when I do the microneedling. So you can get ahead of it and make your own Botox and your own filler essentially, but sometimes we need a little bit more help too. So that's why we use filler. That's what we use filler for. It is very safe. There are some risks that can come with filler. But when you schedule your appointment, we would talk about the risks and complications that can come from filler. They're pretty minimal, but anytime you're putting anything foreign into your body, there's obviously things that can happen. So I definitely always up for educating you on any risks that can happen, and any questions that you have, just definitely let me know. But I'm going to get to this. And just so you know what I'm doing with this one syringe is I'm going to break it into thirds. So you can see this side of my cheekbone's a little bit higher than this side. So I'm going to inject a little bit there. I'm going to put a little bit mid-cheek. I'm going to leave my apples alone because I'm really happy with those. So I'm going to do those 2 points. And then I am going to put a little bit more back in this jaw area just to sculpt it out a little bit more. So, and then I think I'll be good for a while. But it's been a journey for me. It's been really fun. It's fun for me to help you through those areas too. Also, filler's not for everybody. I would say I honestly turn away just as many people as I give the go ahead to. So when you consult about it, that's when we would talk about, is it right for you? Is it realistic? Are there other things you can do in the treatment room or at home that would be more realistic for you? And then I also like to talk about budget and realistic expectations. I don't want you to get into something that you can only get so far invested into, and then you're like, you know what, right now is not the time for me financially, and I'd hate to see you waste your money. So I'm very transparent about that. I am not out. Of course, I am always wanting to make money, but I'm not looking to take your money. So if you're going to spend the money, and trust me, I want to make sure that you get what you ultimately, what your end goal is. I want you to be happy in the end. So definitely reach out if you have any other questions about filler. I'm going to get to putting this into my face. And I look forward to seeing you guys. Stay well. Bye-bye.